Hey guys, I appreciate you coming to this channel, but in case you didn't read the title, I just feel the need to remind you so that I don't have idiots in the comments saying, why did you do this? This is going to be filled with spoilers. If you want to watch the spoiler-free version, that one's already up on my channel. It's the video right before this. This one, I'm going to spoil everything. So if you haven't seen the movie, do not watch this video. That's simple. I don't want to hear y'all bitching about how I ruined the movie for you. I did warn you like 3 times already. Okay, welcome back. Now, for all the spoilery stuff that I liked or didn't like about this movie. First of all, Ben Affleck, I feel like he did a decent job portraying this version of Batman. And I feel like he was one of the best actors as far as the character goes. And like, I really got lost in his performance. He is a veteran actor with a lot of experience, and like a lot of people were worried because of the Daredevil film, but that thing was more than a decade ago, and I think, honestly, if it wasn't for how bad that film was, he probably wouldn't have been a great fit for this. You know, he got to learn from his mistakes, he gained some experience, and he grew. And so I feel like he is a great Batman. Is he the best ever? I mean, no, he's not going to be the definitive Batman, at least not yet, but he definitely carries the role very well. I was more impressed by what they did with Wonder Woman. She was a much different character than the one that I'm used to. Because I've never actually like read Wonder Woman comic books. Like, for the most part, I don't see her outside of the Justice League. And I feel like this Wonder Woman was definitely the most well-rounded one that I've seen. Because in general, most of the Wonder Womans that I've been exposed to, they're so one-dimensional characters. You know, it's basically like, oh, placeholder just because we need some sort of female here. So I did like what they did with her character. I definitely enjoyed her performance, and now I am looking forward to seeing her origin story and how well they can pull that off. Lex Luthor, oh my god. Honestly, I don't mind his character. I actually kind of enjoyed his performance, especially later on when we started having some of those big reveals. Honestly, the biggest problem I had with him is that he didn't really feel like a Lex Luthor character. He felt kind of more like the Joker. Incredibly smart, but psychotic, and like, what's the point to actually doing all of this other than just, oh, I just want to see these two guys fight. There's no other point to it. Like, I mean, for me personally, I enjoyed it, but it just felt out of place, and it was just so awkward watching him for most of the film until it got to the end where he revealed, oh, his big plan, and he set all this up specifically so we could see them go at it. I mean, why was he wasting months of his life to set this all up? And then that prison sequence where he's just rambling incoherently. Like, I definitely feel like someone just wrote the Joker and then decided to just scratch out the name, just type in Lex Luthor instead. Martha Kent makes a brief appearance, and for the most part, I felt like her role was almost completely unnecessary until the very end, which, you know, the one thing that I thought about it when it happened, like, because she got kidnapped and held hostage, and I was like, oh, then it hit me. This is exactly what's going to happen. His mother's name is the same as Bruce's mother's name was, and that's why they end up becoming friends. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like, that realization just hit me instantly, because it was Martha Kent and Martha Wayne, and it happened exactly like that, and I was like, okay, that was boringly predictable, but in an understandable direction to go in. Also, I'm a little mad about Zack Snyder for completely bitching out on the whole kryptonite deal. I remember when Man of Steel came out and he was like, oh, he's not weak against kryptonite, his weakness is emotion, blah blah blah. But I would have respected him more if he stuck to his guns on that. But nope, it's like, oh, fuck that. There's no other way for us to get Batman to beat him. I mean, you know, facing off against Zod and other Kryptonians who have all the same powers as Superman, except they're better trained. Obviously, that would be a fair fight with Superman at the disadvantage. But having Superman with all his godlike powers and now 2 years of experience under his belt, having to go up against Batman, who even though he is awesome, he's still just a human being. There's no way in hell he stands a chance against Superman unless he has help from some sort of outside source. In all the stories that I've read or watched where Batman and Superman face off, the only way Batman ever gets the upper hand of Superman is either because he has kryptonite or because Superman got hit by a nuke beforehand and was already weakened. Either way, if Superman is at 100% strength, Batman doesn't stand a chance. So they had to find some way to make Superman weaker. So obviously they brought in kryptonite, which everyone predicted before the script was even written. As soon as the title was announced that there was going to be Batman vs Superman, we all knew that they was going to take back the whole kryptonite thing. Part of me was hoping that they wouldn't, but he ended up doing it. And it was necessary. Obviously that was the only way it was going to happen, but I don't know, I've got mixed feelings on it because there's no other way you could have gone, but I would have loved it if you did find some way to do that. Also, I'm glad that they went the whole Superman dying route. That last shot though, unfortunately, they held on the casket way too long. We all know that he's gonna come back for a later movie. He's gonna make a miraculous recovery. Turns out he'll still be alive for those who have read the comics. I'm glad that they at least went the route of killing him and staying somewhat true to all the previous storylines of how Doomsday shows up, he and Superman kill each other. I did appreciate at least that much. Overall, I would say definitely not the best superhero movie out there, and if you're not majorly into DC and their entire universe, because like me, I've read a lot of DC comic books, I've seen all of the animated shows, I've seen all of the animated movies that are coming out recently. I watched Bad Blood that came out earlier this year. I'm gonna watch Justice League vs. Teen Titans, which comes out in a few months. I'm a huge DC fan. But other than that, this is a movie that if you don't feel like seeing it, it's probably not going to ruin your life. Though for me personally, watching this movie, I am both equal parts scared and hopeful about what future projects will bring and how they will turn out. Also, the discussion showed up on the internet about trailers spoiling too much of the movie, which kind of is true, but it's not necessarily how much they showed, but what specifically they showed. Because there were some parts of the film that probably should have been a lot more exciting than they were, but it was easy to tell that this is exactly where it was going based on what we saw in the trailers alone. The trailers basically told you the entire movie. Not even going to lie, you can pretty much guess the entire script for this movie just from watching the trailers. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and anything else. And until the next time you see my face in the video, my name is Nathan Lyle. I hope you enjoy your day, week, month, year, whatever, however long it is until I see you again. Or until you see me again, because you're watching my videos. I can't actually see you watching my videos. Unless we're someone in the same room and we're friends and I decided to show you my videos. In which case, hey, I'm sorry, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed now. Bye. Good night.